pad. Put it back here by the tail end of the wing. Step ladder, we'll just set this guy here somewhere. Gonna need him in a few minutes. Okay. I like to start with the wingtips. Pick it up. Move it over. Set it down. And I missed my pad. There we go. Set it on the pad. Take the nose. Here. Away again. Take the tail of the wing, wingtips, spin it around to where it's perpendicular to the truck. Perpendicular to the truck. Get my pad, that's it. Two pieces of plywood so the trailer rolls up on these ramps a little better. One there. One there. Trike's ready to come down. Got a boat winch. Hand crank here. Pull off about 3 feet or so, relock it, jump on the trailer, pick up the nose of the trike. Oop, forgot to untie my other strap. It's just another tie strap. The trike is actually held in place by the big strap from my boat winch that I welded onto the trailer. But I run that through a wing strap. That way I can adjust the length easier. Okay, we'll pick up the nose, walk it back, give it a push. Should come up on the ramps, okay? We're up on the ramps. Okay, now, back up front to the hand crank and let it roll down off the ramp, off the trailer. I know this video is going to be really shaky, but what can I do without a photographer? It's really me. Once it touches bottom, lock that. Oh, I got company coming too. I'm gonna get my pistol out. I'll do this guy. And right now, trike is really tail heavy. It wants to flip up on the prop. So you gotta hold it down until you roll it back some. Bring the nose down and leave it off. We're gonna back it over here by the wing. Hang on to that nose. Otherwise you got problems. Otherwise you break your prop. Back here. That's a good place for it. Somebody coming. I'm all by myself. I'll put the gun back on. Surprises. You take the wooden guys out of the way. You don't need them for loading the trike. These for unloading. Straps. Put them up front so they don't walk away while I'm flying. I'm also gonna lock the ramps. You don't need to see that. Okay. We're gonna put all the straps away. Just so they don't go away while I'm flying. The ramps, those would probably go away as well. So I'm going to cable lock them. Just to keep them from disappearing. Guys to the trailer. I don't want to lose them because they're not cheap. While I'm at it, I'll unlock my gas tanks, gas cans, and I'll use this cable as well. Give a shit, so I still have my gas cans. They suck anyway. What's up, gas cans? Okay. Another cable. Lock this last ramp in place. Through the other. That'll work. Alright. Maybe not. Alright. Try this another way. Not gonna work either. And that one's through here. That one and that one. Okay. We're gonna start on the wing. The trike's pretty much ready. Zip this puppy. Ribs. Open them up. Ribs. Airplane overhead. Who knows what I'm going to be doing? Make sure no ribs left in it. Put it in the trailer or truck. And then we'll take the base tube slash down tubes. Do them. Get the pads off. Okay, I gotta bend this guy all the way down. Pin. Put it in there. Put in the pin. And you pop the pin. Make sure there's no dust or anything, so make sure it's locked. Then the pads gotta go away, so the wind doesn't blow them away while you're flying, or they'll walk off. Then you take the nose wires, holding the nose wires. Grab it by the nose. Flip it over. Stand it on the base tube. Over here. Check, make sure all the cables are straight. They're not twisted around the tag. Pull off the bag. Lay it right where it's at. Cable over. Bag. You need the boobies on for now. Take the bag. Just roll it up like a something. That way when you go to bring it back out, you can unroll it. I'll show you. Bag's all rolled up. Put it in the truck. Again, we don't want stuff going away while we're flying. We got 2 nose ribs. Hope you can see them 2 nose ribs. While the wings are still folded, I'm going to put them in place. That way, it's a lot easier when the wings folded. Once you unfold the wings, it's a lot tougher. Okay, they're in place. I can even hook up my nose wires. Again, we pull the pin off. And pick it up like so. See that? It hooks and comes up. You take your same pin. Push the pin in. Put the cap on and bump it. Let it pop. Make sure there's no sand in there. Okay. We can pull this guy off the back of the keel. And pull the straps off the wings. I don't know if this is gonna work. This video may suck, but I'll give it a try. Straps off the wings. Again, in the truck, so they don't go away while you're not here. Then, we can spread the wings. Spread them out a little ways anyway. And there's somebody else coming out here. When you spread the wings, set the keel on the ground. Back of the keel. Alright. Now we're gonna pull up the king post. fitting of the king post though, because we have to put the king post, one cable on each side of the king post, and the cables aren't out here yet to do that. I'll get that in a minute. This guy here just temporary. The cover, it's got to go in the truck. You can also put the tip bags in the truck and start stuffing ribs. Stuff in the truck. Well, now we'll start putting some ribs in this bad boy. I got all the ribs here. I got them held together with a stretch bungee. I'm just going to set it on the front seat for now. Lay the ribs down. Pull all the green ones out. Anything with a green tip on it. Stand them up on the trailing edge. Lay them out so you know which one's longest, which one's shortest. Same with the red ones. Stand them on the trailing edge. Lay them out with a curve toward the keel. Start with the longest rib. You wipe it with your hands to get all the dirt and dust off it. You don't want all that dirt and dust in your rib pocket, because it'll wear out the cloth pretty quick. Start with the curve down. Push it all the way to the nose. There's a little catch back here. Bend that back. Stick it in the hole. Lock it. Start with the longest over here. Same thing. Wipe all the dirt off it. It'll make your wing last longer. Start in the pocket with a curve down. And it likes to flip over. You gotta really put some muscle to it to keep it upright. Curve down so it matches the leading edge. And then you find your little spot. Lock that one in place. 2 ribs down. You can go all the way out one wing and then all the way out the other wing, or you can alternate back and forth. Same thing. Wipe it off. Put it in. Slide it all the way up. There's a little hole. Lock it in the notch. Rib left. Go off the dirt. Run it up in there. Always curve down, obviously. And if you can see that, where the tip goes in the hole, you fold it over and it locks. Rib. It's easier to do this one knee on the ground because you get a better angle at it. Same thing, lock it in. The other side. Usually I'll do one side. I'll come back and I'll do the other side, but today, I don't know. I'm feeling froggy. Another rib. Always wipe the dirt off it. You don't want that dirt in the back pocket, because that dirt it'll actually not corrode, but it'll wear out that pocket a lot quicker. And then you gotta get your pockets replaced, or maybe a new wing by then. I'm going to do all except the last 2. The last 2 go in after I've tightened the sail, tensioned the sail. Still kind of chilly out here. Okay, ribs are in except for the last two on each side. Now I'm gonna spread the wings out to where they're snug, to where it's pulling against the sail. In other words, bring them out as far as they go. And the haul back cables tend to get stuck under here. So I don't know if you can see that, but I kind of feed that out through where the king post is. Let them get stuck. Alright. Come around to the back. Or the top, the upper surface. The wires are all straight. The reflex wires, flying wires, everything. Okay. Grab the haul back cable, raise the king post. You notice there's a cable on each side of the king post. Otherwise she flies with a lisp. Pull it back, hook it in, make sure that's popped out. It's a done deal. Then we're going to take this guy, Velcro it in place. It just sticks there, we're good to go. Okay, wing is tensioned. What we got going here? Cable's good. Everything's straight, nothing's twisted. I'm gonna find my step ladder. I'm gonna set it back of the keel up on the step ladder. Finish up my setup. Just raise the keel up. Set it on the step ladder. That brings stuff up off the ground a little bit. Makes it a little easier. Then I'll put in my last two ribs on each side. And if you rotate these, it tightens the ribs or loosens the ribs. So try not to rotate them. Try to keep them where they're set. Because that's actually what you're doing. Those tips on the ribs are wing adjustments. Now this one, you're not going to see this, but there's a little thumbnail up in there that this rib hooks on. It's a straight rib. It's the only straight rib. And I hook the bungee. And then I hook the bungee again as a double purchase. Okay, now we got to do the washout strut. So I raise that up. It should find a spot and pop in. See how it popped in there? Good to go. That side's done. Come over to the other side. Same thing. Last two ribs. Somebody's coming. Might have company. Anyway, I put this last curved rib in. It. With the straight rib slides up in there, and I don't know if you can see, but there's a little tit up there on the top of the leading edge that this rib sits in. Oh, it's the Jeep guys. They're out here every day, seems like. I don't know what they're doing, but they like to chase each other. It's two black Jeep Renegades. Jeep Wranglers. I don't know what they do. Come out here every time I'm out here. And one follows the other. They zoom past. Then they come back about a half hour later, zoom past again. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, wing is set. Oop, I forgot a washout strut. Okay. For the washout strut, raise the trailing edge. Bring the washout strut up. And you look inside And there's a spot for it. And the strut should pop in over the little insert. And it goes pop. And then it holds the trailing edge of the wing up a little bit. So now, wing is set up except for the nose cone. You step back, you take a look. Nice and straight, nice and straight. The wings look symmetrical. You look up over the nose, looks pretty good. You can actually bring the nose down. Check it out from the nose. Wing's got a curve to it, a nice, good curve. A nice curve on that wing. Actually bring it down and set it on the ground if you like. Again, nose cone's not hooked so you don't tear it up on the ground. Check the upper surface. All the ribs look good. They're all put in and clipped and locked. Thing's getting dirty. I gotta give it a bath. The dirt out here goes everywhere. Come around to the other side. I'm doing this because there's no wind. If you got wind, obviously you're not going to want to stand it up like this. Check both wings. Look for symmetrical. You want to look at the flying wires down here. They're not twisted. Both loose. Same up here. They're both straight. Got a little inspection window. You can have a look. Yeah, they're both straight. All the nuts and bolts are tight. Okay. Close up the, hopefully, close up the inspection window. Same on the other side. These flying wires are real important because they tend to get looped around the tangs and it makes one side tighter than the other. If you got one side tighter than the other, it's going to fly with a turn. Capiche? These guys got to be straight and free. Okay. Now I'm going to take my hang block, make it straight. I leave these on. You don't have to, but I leave them on. They don't hurt nothing. Then I'll take my step ladder. Let's try it without the step ladder. Usually I put the step ladder under the nose. I roll the trike in and attach it. Let's try it without the step ladder this time. I'll take the trike, roll it over here, and I gotta get it as straight as I possibly can. Because if it's off, if it's not straight into the wing, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to hook up the mast. Okay, one pin out, two pins out, they're pop pins. You push the button, the little ball bearings go in and it lets go. You always got to make sure these guys will get dirt in the ball bearings. You get dirt in the ball bearings, it doesn't lock, shit slides out, you could be in trouble. Anyway, this stuff is okay. Let me get my parachute lines loose. I use them to keep everything from rattling around while it's driving. While I'm driving down the road, I just kind of tie all this stuff up so it doesn't bang up against the frame and knock the paint off. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm just loosening this strap around here, and a big carabiner. The back seat stuff is good. I'm going to leave that just like that. I'll do the Velcro behind the seat so the mast can move. And this guy, I'm going to sit here on the ground for a minute. That's my reserve parachute stuff. Okay. I got my pins out in the front. I'm ready to lay it down. Raise the bar up, pull it off of here, and I pop the seat hinge. And you can give it a little tug from here. It'll come down. Okay, bring it all the way down. Then I'm going to take out the heart bolt. This is they call it the Jesus bolt, because if it breaks, it's, oh Jesus, help me now. Anyway, it's a heart bolt. Take out the heart bolt, because that's what connects the trike to the wing. Okay, now we're going to roll this guy forward. it's not gonna reach unless I raise the nose of the wing. So heart bolt in my hand. I'm gonna come around to the step ladder, put this underneath the nose. That gives me a better angle for that heart bolt. Raise up the wing, stick the step ladder underneath the nose. Voila. Come around here. See, the trike is lined up square, perpendicular to the wing. It's got to be really close, otherwise it's a pain to get the heart bolt in. Okay, we're going to raise up this, roll it in a little bit. I'm going to straddle the down tube. I'm going to raise this guy up. Obviously, it's going to turn. So I'm going to bring it back where it should be. Try again. This is one of the hard parts. Middle hole. Middle hole if you want a standard trim. Come on. Let me take that guy out for a minute. Trying to get the heart bolt started. Don't want to go in. This little tang, pop it in there. I'm not really sure what that's for, but it's here, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to rotate my heart bolt a little bit so it sits in the depression. There's a depression there. See? Heart bolt's almost flush with that little pin. That little plate. Lock washer and a safety pin. Come around the other side. The other end of the lock bolt or the heart bolt. Put on a lock washer. The wing nut. I usually, for the safety pin, I go down. In the event that it comes loose, gravity will kind of hold it in place. This one here is my safety strap. This is the backup for the heart bolt. The heart bolt breaks or does something stupid. I have a strap here. It's probably about a 15,000 pound strap or 20,000 pound strap. I loop it right over the top, make it straight, put it back on where it was. Again, wing nut. And the wing nuts don't have to be tight. And then the safety pin, so the wing nut won't spin loose. And every once in a while, I like to step back and have a look around the lake bed. Make sure nobody's sneaking up on me. Not that I'm paranoid or anything, but this is Vegas. Or close to Vegas. Nobody around, I'm cool, I can continue. If somebody was headed over this way, I'd have to grab the 9mm and convince them otherwise. Anyway, so now we gotta hook up the reserve parachute system. So loosen all that stuff. The yellow goes to the rocket. So the other one, the black one, goes through and attaches to the base of the trike. So I'm going to set the rocket one aside. I'm going to take the one attached to the base of the trike. I'm going to take my loop here. I'm going to run it over the trike. This strap hangs, this one goes the length of the keel and it loops over and it comes back up. This is where, well, let's see. How do I explain this? This one goes up a little more. This one is how this is connected, okay? So I'm going to go through this guy with my loop. See, I have my loop here. I'm going to attach the loop. This is the main attachment to the trike. Okay, if we got to blow the chute, we want the trike being hung right here from the hang point. We don't want it hung off one side or the other side. We want it to come down straight. And if it does, hopefully your wing will help. See, we got this is our main attachment point. We're good to go. Okay. This guy isn't anything but, oops, I forgot. One more from the bottom. And the base of the trike has to go in this loop as well. The strap coming up from the bottom. He goes in here too. That way there's two attachment points to the trike once the parachute opens. This is for once the chute's open. Run that down and lock it. Okay, just like that. So I got a loop. I have the top attachment, which is, this is the main riser. This is the attachment to the bottom of the trike. And now I got to hook up the rocket. So I'm going to take the other carabiner. The rocket is the two yellows. So when the rocket blows out, it's going to pull this one loose. Okay. The rocket will pull this guy loose. And it'll swing around the trike, come up over the top, and it'll hang the trike from the right about where the king post mounts. It'll hang it from the hang point here. This is what holds the trike to the chute. This one is the attachment to the rocket and the chute. When the rocket blows down here, it pulls this guy loose. It's going to flip it over. It's going to be pretty violent regardless, but anyway. And I don't want this thing rattling up against the keel. See how it tends to peel the paint off? I'm going to move this up and around a little bit. That one through, we'll run the top one through here, and then we'll attach this circle. This circle which goes around the keel of the hang glider, and we'll attach it with a carabiner. Okay. That's the circle. This is the base of the trike, this is the top of the trike, and a circle around the keel. And here's the main rocket line. I'm going to bring the main rocket line up here. Lay everything semi-straight. As straight as I can get it. And I'm going to tie it back down with this bungee. Now if I had to deploy the rocket, deploy the chute, I'm assuming all the strain or whatever is going to pull that bungee loose. It's going to pull all this stuff loose. Because it's going to come off with some force, especially once my weight hits the parachute. Okay, we got it. We got a main riser from the base of the trike, goes all the way down to the horizontal bar. We got a riser coming off the top, and this one goes around and is that riser off the top. So when the chute comes out, it rips all this loose, and you get suspended from the top of the wing. At least that's the plan. Okay, any questions? No questions. You're a good audience. Okay. Now I'm going to raise the nose of the wing up so the rests on the keel. I'm gonna grab a couple of wheel chocks, stick them behind the main wheels so I can push against the trike, roll them backwards on me. Okay, now comes the hard part. We'll put the nose cone on first while we're right here. It's easily accessible. Make sure you Velcro it down good. Okay. You come underneath. You're gonna raise this puppy straight up on the ice tube. And as you're going up, you're gonna walk in. Sometimes that goes really easy. Sometimes it's tough. Slide that guy down to where these holes are lining up. Now put your 2 pins back in. One pin here. Push the button. Slide the pin in, push the button, put the cap on, pop it a couple times, make sure it's locked. Same with the second one. This attaches that nose bar to the horizontal bar. Okay, then you walk around in the back, press down 2 seat locks. This guy is an extra, we don't really need him right now. Open up the seat belt. Voila, it's a trike. I'm going to put this extra bungee in here. That was the one for the ribs, I believe. Now, while we're here, we have a portable mister funnel. These things are indispensable. We're going to check the 2-stroke oil. We're like almost a little over 3/4. We got plenty of oil. How about on this side? Gonna check the rotary valve oiler, and that's up to the full line. We're good there. I'm gonna open the fuel tank, put in my mister funnel. And while I'm here, I'm gonna take off my air cleaner cover, and I actually got a little plug. The guy before me put a bathtub drain plug to plug the exhaust. I guess that's to keep the bees out or whatever. Anyway, if you have a fuel on-off here, my handle's missing, but it still kind of works. Straight up and down is on, the fuel's on, my funnel's in. Let me get some gas. I'm going to put this thing in the truck so it don't blow away. And I guess while I'm at it, I can do a wing sock. Wind sock, not a wing sock. Over here, this is my wind sock. Put it on the ground. Make sure that guy's loose. Raise up the first one, give it a twist. Second one, give it a twist. Third one, give it a twist. Fourth one, give it a twist. And the last one. Then I'm going to take it up. This is just a piece of PVC pipe. Piece of PVC pipe here that a couple of hose clamps to hold it to my rack. That makes my windsock mount. So I always got a windsock when I go fly. Like I said, just white PVC pipe with a hose clamp and another hose clamp, and the windsock just drops down into it. Perfect. Get some fuel, and then I'm out of here. And then you guys are on your own. Now these fuel tanks, they really suck. I gotta get some different fuel tanks. These things leak all over everywhere. Pain in the ass. I can't believe I paid money for these worthless piece of crap. Okay, there's a P vent. And it does. It pees all over everywhere. Hits up. Take fuel tank. And this is where I get stinking like gasoline. Every time, because I pour the stuff on me. I pour it on my rock guard. But I try to do my best. Okay. Up. Into the Mr. Funnel. See? And it's already pissing on all over the place. And when you're putting it in the funnel, Mr. Funnel recommends you dump it on one side and let the gasoline swirl. Kind of get a Venturi effect, and it helps go in faster. This funnel is just a filter. Just filter out all the dirt. And supposedly it does a really good job, down to microns. Takes all the dirt out of your fuel. But this gas can sucks. I hate this frickin' gas can. A bit more gas on me than I do in the trike. See what I mean? Frickin' trike gets a bath. Oh, let's try again. Mr. Funnel, you gotta do it. Otherwise you get dirt in the carbs. Carbs don't work. And the engine stops and you gotta land. This is a mess. This is the worst part about putting a trike together. Fuel in the damn thing. One of these days we're gonna have electric trikes. Not gonna have to do this, but until then, you gotta fuel it. Again, I don't know if you can see that swirling motion. Gotta get the gas going in a circle, and it goes down through Mr. Funnel a lot faster. Watching your fuel level while you're doing this. You don't want to fill it too full. You don't want it sloshing out while you're flying. My wife wonders why I smell like gasoline when I get home. I always fill the tank, even if I'm only planning on flying for an hour or so. I always fill it, because you never know. Sometimes you get up there, things get interesting, and you want to fly for a couple hours. I hate wondering, well, am I going to have enough gas? I know this tank is good for about 4 hours, maybe a little less if I'm flying dual. Flying by myself is good for about 4 hours. So, and before you put your gas can away, you got your Mr. Funnel, and put your gas can back on so it doesn't get forgotten. While you're right here, put your gas cap back on. And then if you got a rag, wipe that excess gas off the trike before you start it, obviously. You don't want to fire. Put the gas can back. Always, always, always. Mr. Funnel, portable fuel filter. You gotta have one. If you're like me, flying out in the dust and the dirt, you gotta have one. I hate these gas cans. And if you're watching this for my birthday, buy me 2 new gas cans, okay? These are crap. Gas cans are in. I'm gonna put Mr. Funnel in the back of my truck. I'm gonna kind of stash him a little bit, because it's about 24 bucks for a funnel. But without it, you get dirt in the tank. It's a no-no. It's worth every penny. Put it in the back of the truck, let it dry out a little bit. The trike is pretty much ready to fly. I'm going to wipe off the gas that I spilled all over everywhere. Well, pain in the butt. Did I mention I hate those gas cans? French rock guard down here catches the rocks, hopefully coming off your front wheel, so before they hit the propeller, so you don't end up chipping your propeller up. I guess while we're here, we can do pre-flight and check radiator fluid, make sure we got water. Gotta get my stepladder for that. Make sure she's got antifreeze. Put the helmet over here. Still with me? Hope so. Let's see if we got antifreeze. Should probably check, being as the 582 is water cooled. Should probably check that every time. Yeah, there's some in there, but I think I'm gonna add a little bit. Wheel chocks. We're done with the wheel chocks for now. Stick that back in the trailer or truck. Find my antifreeze. I don't know if I'm going to be able to slow this video down and if it's going to be worth anything, but yeah, we tried. Dump some antifreeze in here real quick. Deck's cool, 50-50. Pre-diluted. That's what I've been using. Should be good. Says it mixes with anything. So I'm going to dump that in the radiator. I got a pretty good amount right now, but we'll top it off. And if it's going to pee, it can pee out here on the lake bed instead of peeing in my garage. Yeah, we're almost full. Okay. While I'm here looking, put the radiator cap back on. Make sure it's snug. Fuel cap is on and snug. Oil caps, oil caps. Remove the step ladder. I started my Cosmos, the very first time I ever started my brand new Cosmos. I had a step ladder back there. I hit it with a prop. I screwed up my prop. Took a 1/4 inch off the end of my prop blades. Because I was a dummy. Don't do that. Don't be a dummy. And dick, don't be a dick. Anyway, I think we're about ready to rock. Put the antifreeze back in the truck. Close up the truck. Make sure we're all doing okay. Let's see. Gas cans are not locked. No cable on the gas cans. I'm hoping somebody will steal the piece of crap. Both ramps cabled up and locked. So somebody's not going to steal my ramps while I'm flying. Helmet's over there. Trike is pretty much ready to go. I'm going to put the step ladder inside. Just in case. I don't want the wind to blow it away. Alright. Step ladder's inside. Grab me a swig of water before I go so I don't dehydrate in the hour or so I'm going to fly. Oh, come on. Right about now, my honey's heading for work, and I'm off playing. Not such a bad thing. Oh, I'm going to lock my truck. I don't think I'm leaving my vehicle. I think I'm just going to fly around overhead. But just in case I get the urge to go somewhere, truck's all locked up. I'm going to take my hat and put it in the bag, saddle bag, because if I have an engine out and I have to hike back from somewhere, of hair up there. I don't want to burn my scalp. So let's have another look. How's this trike looking? Wings up, king post, all the cables. All these cables are all good. They're all straight. Yeah. They're all straight. I'm attached at the back and the nose, which is good. Haul back cable. I just put antifreeze in it. My rotary valve oiler is good. Right here, gotta have oil in that. I just fueled it. It's up to about here. It's not full, but it's close enough. Probably about 9 gallons. All the springs on my exhaust pipe, they're all here and they're all safetied. 2-stroke oil. I'm up to about 3/4 of a tank. That should be good for 7 or 8 hours. I don't have that much fuel, so I'm good. Landing gear, everything looks good. My parachute lines are secured, so hopefully they don't come loose. Tie wraps, they end up breaking because they get brittle. If the tie wrap breaks, I don't want that parachute line to go back and get in the propeller. So I got a bungee around it just in case. Yeah. Tires are all up, air pressure. Fuel valve is on. I think I'm just about ready to rock. 2 pins in the front. Never forget these. They say it'll fly without that front bar, but I wouldn't want to prove it. Alright, 2 pins in the front. 1 pin goes in the upper piece, 1 pin goes in the lower piece, and this is what holds it together. Air in the tires. Yeah, I think it's a trike. So I'm going to shut off the camera. I'm going to put another battery in it, and then I'm going to go fly.